Level 0. The invisible game. Imagine waking up one morning and discovering that every major decision you've ever made wasn't entirely your own. The school you attended, the job you chose, the things you buy, even the dreams you've been chasing. Now imagine that millions of people are following the same invisible script without ever realizing it. Welcome to the invisible game. And the strange part? Almost everyone is playing, but very few people even know the rules. When we're children, the world feels limitless. We want to become astronauts, inventors, artists, athletes, entrepreneurs, whatever sparks our imagination. No child dreams of spending decades counting the hours until Friday. Yet somehow, somewhere along the way, those limitless possibilities shrink into a checklist. Graduate, get a job, work harder, buy a bigger house, upgrade your car, repeat. No one officially hands us this script. We simply absorb it through family expectations, school, advertisements, social media, and the people around us. The script feels so normal that questioning it can seem irrational. But here's the real question. Who wrote the script? Level 1. The rat race. From our earliest years, we're taught something incredibly useful. How to follow instructions. We learn to arrive on time, complete assignments, meet deadlines, and fit into systems. These skills matter. Society couldn't function without them. But there's a trade-off. Many education systems reward correct answers more than original questions. By adulthood, many people become experts at completing tasks they've been assigned, but far less comfortable deciding which tasks are worth pursuing in the first place. Without realizing it, we begin measuring success by external milestones instead of internal purpose. And that's when the game quietly begins. The phrase rat race doesn't mean that working is bad. Work creates value. It solves problems. It builds civilizations. The problem begins when motion replaces progress. You work longer hours to earn more. You earn more, so your lifestyle expands. Your expenses rise with your income. Now you need the higher income just to maintain the life you've built. The wheel keeps spinning. You're moving constantly, yet somehow you're standing in the same place. Here's the twist. The invisible game isn't controlled by one person. It's shaped by incentives. Companies compete for your attention. Apps compete for your time. Advertisers compete for your spending. Employers compete for your productivity. Every system has goals, and many of those goals aren't the same as yours. None of this means the system is evil. It simply means that if you never stop to ask whose goals you're advancing, you may spend years climbing a ladder, only to discover it was leaning against the wrong wall. And that realization raises a much bigger question. If this is the game almost everyone is playing, is there another way to play? Level 2. The traps of the board. Most people believe money is their most valuable resource. It isn't. Money can be earned back. Time cannot. Every hour you spend is gone forever. Yet many people unknowingly trade thousands of hours for things they barely remember buying. The invisible game convinces us to measure wealth by what we own, when real wealth is often measured by how much control we have over our time. The wealthiest person in a room isn't always the one with the biggest paycheck. Sometimes it's the one who can choose how to spend tomorrow. There's another game happening every second. Not for your money, for your attention. Attention has become one of the world's most valuable resources. Every notification, every recommendation, every autoplay video, every endless feed, they're all competing for one thing: your focus. The longer you stay engaged, the more valuable your attention becomes to the platforms you're using. That's why many digital experiences are designed to make stopping feel harder then continuing. None of this means technology is the enemy. Technology can educate, connect, and create incredible opportunities. But if you don't decide where your attention goes, someone else gladly will. Imagine getting a raise tomorrow. It feels exciting. Maybe you celebrate. Maybe you finally buy the things you've been waiting for. A better phone, a nicer apartment, a newer car. Nothing is wrong with enjoying the rewards of your work. The problem begins when every increase in income is matched by an equal increase in expenses. Psychologists often call this lifestyle inflation. The finish line keeps moving. You earn more, so you spend more. You spend more, so you need to earn even more. The cage becomes larger, but it's still a cage. Thousands of years ago, people compared themselves with a small community. Today, we compare ourselves with millions. Every day, we're exposed to carefully edited moments of success. Luxury vacations, perfect bodies, expensive watches, sports cars, business wins. What we rarely see are the failed projects, the debt, the anxiety, the years of invisible effort behind every visible success. Comparison isn't always harmful. It can inspire growth. But when comparison becomes constant, contentment quietly disappears. The invisible game teaches one powerful idea. Happiness is waiting at the next milestone. The next promotion, the next salary, the next purchase, the next achievement. But if happiness is always one step ahead, you'll spend your entire life chasing it. Because the game isn't designed to tell you when you've won. It's designed to keep you running. And the people who finally escape don't run faster. They learn to play by different rules. Level 3, the player's awakening. Every transformation begins with one decision. Not to quit your job. Not to become rich overnight. Not to reject society. Simply to ask better questions. What am I actually chasing? Who benefits from my daily habits? If I continue living exactly like this, where will I be 10 years from now? Most people never ask these questions because asking them is uncomfortable. And comfort has always been one of the invisible game's greatest rewards. Every day, you make one silent decision. Will you spend today consuming or creating? Consumers absorb ideas. Creators produce them. Consumers wait for opportunities. Creators build opportunities. Consumers ask, what can I buy? Creators ask, what can I build? You don't have to become an artist or start a company tomorrow. Creation can be anything. Learning a skill, writing, programming, teaching, designing, solving problems. Every hour spent creating is an hour invested in becoming more valuable. One of the biggest reasons people quit is because progress is invisible. At first, learning a language doesn't feel rewarding after one day. Going to the gym once changes almost nothing. Reading one book won't transform your life. Saving a little money feels insignificant. But success rarely arrives all at once. It compounds. Tiny improvements, repeated consistently, become extraordinary over time. 1% better each day. One workout, one skill, one conversation, one smart decision. The invisible game wants immediate gratification. Real growth rewards patience. People often ask, what's the fastest way to become successful? But perhaps a better question is, what can nobody take away from me? Money can disappear. Jobs can change. Markets rise and fall. Technology evolves. But knowledge, skills, your ability to solve meaningful problems, these grow with use. The more value you create for others, the more opportunities tend to find you. That's why your greatest investment isn't always in the stock market. It's in yourself. Maybe success isn't owning the biggest house. Maybe it isn't driving the most expensive car. Maybe success is waking up without dreading Monday. Having time for the people you love. Doing meaningful work. Making choices based on your values instead of someone else's expectations. Because the moment you redefine success, the invisible game begins to lose its power. Level 4, the exit strategy. There is one final lesson, one truth that separates those who spend their lives reacting from those who intentionally shape their future, and it changes everything. Many people spend years searching for the perfect opportunity, the perfect business, the perfect investment, the perfect mentor, the perfect time. But the truth is, most lives don't change because of one massive decision. They change because of thousands of small ones. The books you choose to read, the people you spend time with, the skills you decide to learn, the habits you repeat every day. Your future isn't built by dramatic moments. It's quietly shaped by ordinary choices. Escaping the rat race doesn't necessarily mean quitting your job. It doesn't require becoming a millionaire. And it certainly doesn't mean rejecting modern life. It means gaining more freedom over your decisions. It means building financial resilience instead of living paycheck to paycheck. It means choosing intentional work over automatic routines. It means making your money, your skills, and your time work together instead of pulling in different directions. For some, that journey starts with learning one new skill. For others, it's paying off debt, saving consistently, starting a side project, or simply spending less than they earn. The destination isn't the same for everyone, but the direction matters. The people who seem to succeed over the long term often have one thing in common. They stop asking, how can I get more? And they start asking, how can I create more value? Every great teacher solved confusion. Every engineer solved technical problems. Every entrepreneur solved a need. Every artist created meaning. The world doesn't reward activity alone. It rewards usefulness. The more meaningful problems you can solve, the more opportunities you create for yourself and for others. That's a game anyone can choose to play. The invisible game will always exist. There will always be another promotion, another trend, another advertisement, another reason to believe that happiness is just one purchase, one title, or one milestone away. But the most important decision you'll ever make isn't how fast you can run. It's whether you're running toward a life you've consciously chosen, or one that was quietly chosen for you. Because freedom isn't found at the end of the race. It's found the moment you decide to stop running someone else's. So tomorrow morning, when the alarm rings, before you reach for your phone, before the world tells you what to think, ask yourself one simple question. Am I playing the game, or am I finally learning to write my own rules?
Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel.
Subscribe to my channel.
Subscribe to my channel.
Channel.